Okay, just one second, everyone. I know, I'm such a professional YouTuber, right? I'm so not. Okay. All right, I hope you guys find me. I'm really sorry. It was recording my ceiling. Either I'm recording my ceiling or I catch my cat on fire. It's either one or the other. So I just wanted to, one, in my I want to tell you, I have to tell you that I have a copyright disclaimer. First of all, let's read that to everyone so I don't get in trouble, okay? So I'm just going to read a copyright disclaimer because I do want to talk about two creators on YouTube that I have a tremendous amount of respect for. And I also want to do a tarot reading. I know that we are a spiritual family. I know that we investigate true crime on a spiritual level, but I also like to share things on this channel that are factual. I like to share, I have a tremendous amount of respect for Gray Hughes. I know possibly some of you don't like him. That's fine. Everyone's entitled to their own opinion. I personally do like Gray Hughes. I pretty much have agreed with all of the cases that he's ever done. I like Michelle After Dark. She's another one that I want to talk about on my channel. I have a tremendous amount of respect for Michelle After Dark as well. These are creators that are factual based. I know that we are not factual based. I know that we are spiritual, okay? And I chase the bumps in the night. I look for ghosts in my attic. I'm the weirdo. I don't ever expect to be looked at as, a factual channel. I get that we're a spiritual family and we investigate true crime on a spiritual level. But I still want to expose you guys to other opinions. I want to expose you guys to people like Peter Hyatt, who, I do love Peter Hyatt. And I have a tremendous amount of respect for him as well regarding Sebastian Rogers' case. I have a tremendous amount of respect for Gray Hughes regarding Sebastian Rogers' case. And I want to talk to you guys about it because I think that we should look at crime on all aspects and all angles. Even if we don't agree with it, I just don't think we should close our minds off to certain things. That we should all have an open heart and an open mind and look at crime from all aspects. We can look at crime with tarot cards, we can use dowsing rods, but we also need to look at facts. We need to look at the news. I share news clips with you guys. I know I'm just a tarot reader. I know I'm the goofy girl that, has crystals out and stuff like that. But I still want us to absorb facts, okay? So let me just read this copyright disclaimer and cover my ass. Cover my booty. Got to cover my booty here. Okay. Copyright disclaimer. Under Section 107 of the Copyright Act 1976, allowance is made for fair use for the purpose of such criticism, comment, news reporting, scholarship, and research. Fair use is permitted by copyright statute that might otherwise be infringing. So hopefully they don't get mad at me that I mentioned their names on a channel like this, on a goofy channel that's spiritual. I really hope that they don't get mad at me. I do want to, honor their work. If I share, I'm getting ready to share Missy's content on my channel as well. She just did a video for Trenny Gibson. I don't know if you guys are aware of a really cold case by Trenny Gibson, but I asked Missy if I could share her content on my channel as well because she did a great job breaking down some of the astrology for Trenny Gibson. And I want to share that with you guys next as well. So if Missy is here, I just want to, hello everyone. Hi everybody. I just wanted to, cover my booty and tell you guys I want to share all kinds of stuff on my channel with you guys. I want to share fact stuff. I want to share paranormal stuff. I want to share spiritual stuff. I want to do it all, okay? And I know that's weird because usually a tarot reader is just, you know, looking into their crystal ball and seeing something or feeling something. I do have intuition, but I've never come on YouTube and claimed to be a psychic. I really don't feel like I'm gifted with the gift of sight. You guys seem to think that I do. I tell you guys all the time that I'm nothing special. I put my pants on one leg at a time, just like you, okay? We are the same. I might have weird dreams, and when I feel like something might be very intuitive, I will pop on and tell you guys, like, hey, I had this crazy dream, and we can talk about it as a spiritual family. But I don't ever want to come on YouTube and claim to be something that I am not, okay? So I wanted to do a quick tarot reading about the weirdo guy that called in and said that he had Sebastian Rogers, right? How are you guys feeling about that? I'm kind of feeling like it's bullshit. Sorry, I know I cuss a lot, but what do you guys feel about that? Do you think that the guy that called in is actually has Sebastian Rogers? I believe he asked for $100 for Sebastian. What do you guys think about that? Do you think it's like bullcrap? Hey, RJ. Hey, Brooke. Hi, Wildman's mom. Hey, Tusher. Let's see. I'm trying to get everybody. It doesn't have me live yet over here. Let's see. Okay. Hi, Susie Q. Love you guys. I love all of you guys so much. I really appreciate all of you guys being here and giving me a chance. Hi, Killer Boy Ripper. It's good to see you. Hi, Jake. Good to see you. What the fuck? Fake news. Simping ain't easy. Chewy's mom. Hello. Hello, everyone. So, what do you guys think? It's a total scam? Chewy's mom thinks it's a scam. Is Brooke here yet? Is Gamma here yet? I think Brooke thinks it's a scam too, but I'm not sure. The guy that said that he had Sebastian. What? Now, you know, unfortunately, we get people that are lonely, and you know, I'll be honest with you guys. I had a little event happen with me personally, where I had to call the police since I started my channel and had to explain, like, hi, I'm a YouTuber, and I got a couple of weird emails at one point, and I had to tell the police about it. And how the police explained it to me is that sometimes people are very lonely, and they put themselves involved in a case, right? So, I mean, could this be somebody that's mentally ill, someone that's just lonely, and, you know, is coming out and saying that they have Sebastian Rogers, and that they wanted to make a quick buck? I think he asked for $100. What do you guys think? I think he's a pork chop, mixed grilled. I love you so much, Wild Man's mom. You are so funny. Another distraction by fam. Is that what you think, Susie Q? I mean, do you get in trouble for claiming to have a missing child? I mean, can't he go to jail for that? I mean, obviously he's just not wrapped too tight, right? I would think that you would go to jail for that. I hope I turned off my notifications, because I try to turn off my notifications so you guys don't see my messages come in. I tell my family all the time, I'm like, hi, I'm live, so don't text me. And then they're the first ones that text me, and they're like, Mom, I have diarrhea, or something just like so crazy. I'm like, oh, sorry, you guys caught that message. Thanks. Sorry, guys. All right. So let's just do a quick tarot reading, and then I want to discuss, you know, the two creators here on YouTube that I have a tremendous amount of respect for. And just, you know, I think we should have an open mind and look at all aspects of crime. You know, Sebastian could have walked out that door and he could be missing. We do have the maps. Kirsty McIntosh has done maps about possible locations of where he could be. regardless of who done it or who's responsible, the maps that we've done are going to match up at some point to where he could be. So I know that Susie Q sent me an address. I wanted to tap that in with you guys. Well, I'm not going to show you the address because it's an actual registered sex offender, and see if this registered sex offender shows up on our maps, okay? But I do think that we all should have an open mind, look at crime from all aspects and all angles, okay? And I'm feeling kind of hopeless with Sebastian's case. I mean, I want to keep hope alive that we'll find him, and that, you know, maybe someone did grab him. Maybe he got out and somebody got a hold of him that was nefarious and is keeping him locked away. But the guy that called in, I don't know. But I wanted to pull some tarot cards because you guys have asked me to, and see what we get. I wanted to look up the registered sex offender's address and see if it shows up on our map. I will tell you that, you know, I am still working on Summer Wells's charts as well. I will tell you guys this. The suspect that Missy and I have been looking at for Summer Wells, I did enter his address, which I can't tell you because it's private. It did show up on our map. Actually, one of the planets and one of the rings, like, you know, when we do our map and we map out the ring, his house is sitting right on the ring, and a planet does line up to his house. It goes right through the middle of his house. It's really, really creepy. And that was the astrological suspect that was conjunct the moon that day. So I thought that was interesting. I mean, it might not mean anything, but I just, you know, wanted to tell you guys that I did match up someone that's not, or they're not a registered sex offender, but they do have a arrest record for being violent. Showed up right smack dab on one of the circles that we do. So just bear with me here. I get our energy on these cards. For Sebastian Rogers, I just want to say a quick prayer for all of us. Heavenly Father, Lord God, I ask you to protect all the viewers at home, to use these cards to communicate with us, Lord God, about what happened to Sebastian Rogers. Keep everyone at home safe. Bless everyone here in my home. Bless the YouTubers that we're going to be discussing as well and their channels, and keep them safe as well. Amen. In the name of the Father, Son, Holy Spirit. Okay. I pray all the time that these cards are not used to cause harm. Okay, so we have a man, an older man, that probably called in. Is he an older man that called in about Sebastian Rogers? I would say he's older than 30. Is that correct? Hey, Ashley, it's good to see you. Oh, is he related to... is a nuisance to the police for sure, but it really is a waste of time to pursue beyond a pair of silver bracelets and a seat in a cop car while they search the house. Gray Hughes has been doing true crime for a really long time, and even though I might not 100% agree with him, but he's like, honestly guys, he called out those flashlights in the yard weeks before law enforcement or Seth came forward and said that they were not flashlights. Like, Gray Hughes has done enough looking at surveillances enough times where he's just seasoned, okay? I am not a seasoned true crime YouTuber, sleuther, you know what I mean? Gray Hughes is a seasoned YouTuber where he has looked at surveillance enough times that he can make it out. So all I want to do is just expose you guys to other opinions. That's all. And you know, we don't even have to comment about it. Please do not go over to his channel and talk anything spiritual or like say Junie sent me, or please don't do that. Okay. Like I have to be able to show my face in YouTube land. He's a very factual, practical person. And same with Michelle. They're not gonna take anything serious from a tarot reader. Okay. All I want to do is just talk to you guys about other opinions and other channels that are fact-based that I think that we should, you know, consider. That's all. That's all I want to do. But don't go over and like start commenting on his account because or talk anything spiritual or talk about tarot like, oh, Junie pulled a tarot card and it said this. Don't do that to him. He will block me in a heartbeat. Like he will get rid of me. Like seriously. Don't talk anything spiritual in his chat or anything like that. I just want you guys to just look at his opinion and just, this is somebody that majority of the time he is right. Okay. I hate to say it, but majority of the time he's right. And just, you know, he's very factual. He's very practical. And I think he's got really good content, and the stuff that he's put together, looking at the flashlights, I think we should look at it as a family. And I don't judge him. Don't attack him. Don't judge Michelle. Don't attack Michelle. I think that they're putting together some really interesting content, and I think as a family we should look at it. That's all. That's all I wanted to say. Okay, so I think this guy wants money, obviously. I don't think he's mentally well, or he's the guy that called in for Sebastian. He's talking about a child, so that's our child card right there. He might have had maybe a recent divorce, or maybe he has a breakup in his family. Maybe he's grieving from a loss of a relationship, and that's why he called in saying that he had Sebastian, because something's happened to him. And it could be a divorce or a breakup of some sort, or maybe he recently broke up with someone. This, to me, is just money. You know, someone is money-oriented, and he's extremely stressed out. Maybe seeing Sebastian's case in the news is getting to him, causing him anxiety. And maybe that's why he came out with what he came out with, saying that he had Sebastian. Obviously, this is someone that has a severe anxiety. I mean, you can even look. I mean, this is someone that's got the weight of the world on his shoulders. Like, if you look, all of the astrology signs are on his quilt. So all, you know, in this quilt is sewn in everybody's sign. So this is someone that's got the weight of the world on his shoulders. His or her, could be, you know, could be either or. And they're stressed out. I mean, that's someone who can't sleep. That's someone who has nightmares and bad dreams, right? So that's anxiety. So maybe he has an anxiety disorder, and he's an older man, definitely. Might have issues with authority. And maybe that's why he did this. Let's see. What are you guys thinking? Cards look like they're saying the right thing. Hey, Aki, it's good to see you. I think the cards are picking up on someone who's not mentally well. Might have had a breakup. Might be needing money and did this, you know, communication to motivated for money, I would say. Hi, Ashley. I said hi to you already, didn't I? Ashley says hi to everyone. Yeah, Aggie, what are you thinking about that call-in guy? I mean, I didn't get a chance to ask Aggie about it, but do you think it's bullcrap? The guy that called in saying that he had Sebastian? I think it's bullcrap. I don't think he's well. I think he's not mentally stable. Oops. Are you okay, honey? You just dropped your shoe. My husband just almost fell down the damn steps. Are you okay? Lordy. Actually, there might be a woman in his life as well that's not mentally sound either. So, he's confrontational. Like argumentative almost. Was he argumentative? Mental problems. Okay. This person might have actually, he might have been in trouble with the law before. I do think law enforcement is going to research this because we got the Justice card, the Libra card. By the way, Gray Hughes is a Libra. I'm not sure what Michelle is after dark. I really wanted to, I love looking at like all the YouTubers' astrology signs. I know I'm weird. Like Justin for All, he's a Cancer. Ziggy, she's a Pisces. You know, I really like looking at some of the YouTubers' astrology signs because it kind of can give you an idea of their channel as well. So Gray is Libra. He's truth and justice. I don't know when Michelle's birthday is. I'll have to look her up. So notice at the bottom of the deck, I got a King of Wands. He might be a fire sign. He might have fire and air in him. I think it's going to be pretty quick. I think he's having major financial problems. And he kind of wants to blame the government for his problems is what I'm thinking. His financial problems is everyone else's fault but his own. You know, this is the king of communication. So I pretty much still have every king here. I have like fire, I have air, and I have fire, air, fire. Yeah. I think he's very, very argumentative with his words. But that is the truth sword. So it would be interesting to know why did he feel the need to come in and confess this? Like, and maybe in his mind he feels like he's being truthful, but he's not. You know what I mean? All right. So I just want to show you guys on my laptop, my little old laptop. So I don't think I should show the whole video because I don't want to get in trouble by these creators. Like, I'm not really sure how that all works. Whoopsies. But he did put together a really good video about the lights found. So I just think that, you know, regardless if he has a different opinion than us, that's fine. I just think that we should look at all aspects of crime. That's all. And I really do have a lot of respect for him. I know he thinks I'm crazy. Okay, like, and that's fine. He doesn't do the spiritual stuff. Actually, he does have another channel where he does talk about spooky stuff that happens. It's not like psychic stuff, but just kind of spooky stuff, right? Like weird coincidences that happen with crime. So this is it, I believe, where he talks about the surveillance, right? I'm gonna pick you guys up.
Hello, this is Gray Hughes of Gray Hughes Investigates on YouTube. Please hit that like, share, and subscribe
Whoopsies,
button.
I just lost you guys.
As most of you are aware,
Are you guys still
Sebastian
here?
Rogers
I hope you're
went
still
missing
here. You guys still here, or did I lose all of
It could have
you?
been even a late night on February 25th, but on the 26th is when he was reported missing. After his mother, Katie Proudfoot, woke up and did not see him in his bedroom. He was gone, and apparently that was around 6 in the morning.
Okay, good, Christy.
The night before,
How are you doing,
went to
Christy? It's
bed
good to
at
see you,
9
honey.
o'clock, and then around 10 o'clock there was some sound that she heard in his room, and then he went back to sleep, and then she went to
Is there
bed
a way
at
that you guys, my
midnight,
mods, are you guys
and
able
6 in the
to
morning, she wasn't around.
leave Gray Hughes's
Law enforcement has
channel
stated
information in the
that they
chat?
have
Aren't
not
I
been
think I'm
able
supposed to do
to
that
find
if I'm
any evidence
sharing
of
other
foul play
people's
on the part of the parents
content.
or
I
anyone.
did leave it in my comment
And he
section,
just
or in my
apparently has vanished.
description.
We know people just don't vanish into thin air.
Okay, Susie, be careful driving, hun.
In this area, and depending on where Sebastian walked, you wouldn't be able to see him on cameras either. There's likely cameras around in this area, and there's even a camera right here. And apparently, this is where he walked, and they checked his camera, and they didn't see him on there. So it's pretty wild. The whole story is. But I've talked to Chris Proudfoot. He seems very helpful. I think if you get him in the right environment, he doesn't feel like he's being attacked all over the place. And he's a normal sounding person. And he seemed like he was really trying to be helpful to get the information out there in an accurate way. There's just so much wild speculation that people put out on social media and pretend that it's accurate. And they want everybody to go, ooh, look at this, ooh, 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 ooh. And they spend hours and hours and hours instead of doing just a little bit of research. So I spoke to Chris Proudfoot, and he explained to me exactly where the garbage truck was and where the lights were in that video that Nick Barris put out on a news channel. Like, he put it out there, and, like I said before, he didn't really explain it well. He was filming the screen, the camera's moving around, so the light on the right where he called suspect 1 is literally just a fixed light, but because he's using a video of a video.
Christy, we all want justice for Sebastian.
Screen and the cell phone's moving around. That's why that was moving around.
That's why I really want to just look at all aspects of it.
Moving, though, when he
regardless of how I personally feel, I still respect other YouTubers like Gray and Michelle After Dark. So I just want to share it with all of you, just to give you a different perspective.
Around like this. That's where the dog scented and came around, and apparently there's a retention pond over here, and that's where it last scented.
What the science is showing us is the universe.
That actually scared me. Sorry.
Near-death experiences. This is just where he described. He said that law enforcement even checked the surveillance video here, and they didn't see him. So, it's just so dark in that area. So if he just walked around right like this slowly, that camera might not pick him up at all, because if you look at the video, you can't really see anything across the street because there's no lights on. So even if he had walked by there and it was a permanently recording video, I don't know if it's motion activated only.
That's right, Wild Man's mom. That's right, sweetheart.
Because it's
true.
Too dark in that neighborhood. There's virtually no light.
The astrology was picking up on that there's conflict at the house. That doesn't mean that they're murderers. It can mean that the astrology is picking up that there was conflict and strife at the house. That doesn't mean that they've killed anyone. So that's why I really want to just show you what he came up with. I think I need to close my curtain.
If you're not somebody who uses Google Earth or Google Maps even. So on this program, Google
Give me
Earth,
1 second.
You have to click on the Google Maps, and then it opens up the website for Google Maps. And you go down to the Street View, and you can place That was a character down there, and now you're at Street View level. And I think that was the right spot there. And put it right. Yeah, so there you go. That's where the surveillance camera is. All right, then.
Sorry, I just wanted to close the curtain so you could see better.
It has the most recent street view. However, on Google Maps, you can see more dates. And this has come in play in many cases that we've done over the years. You can see vehicles
People who are
of a
mentally
criminal
ill
that were parked
never know that
just
goes
happened to
on in their
have
heads.
a street view
I'm
from
sure.
the month
In
or
his
year,
mind, he probably
and
thinks
it's
he
amazing
is being
what you can
honest.
find.
As while
So,
you're
if you
right,
look here,
Ashley.
that's the house right here that
You're
has
right.
the 2 lights on it. And I'm trying to figure out the best way to come up with the an overlay. And you have to
99%
be
of
right
homes,
underneath
some point
there
of
where the
conflicts,
surveillance
especially if you
cameras to
got
get a good
teens.
one.
Exactly.
But
Behind every
I think
closed
right
door
here is
in
what
this
was something
neighborhood,
reasonable. So what I
behind
just
that
did was
closed
I
door,
took a
behind that closed door,
screenshot of
behind
this,
that closed door,
and I
everyone's
put
got
it
problems.
into
My
Photoshop.
family is not perfect either. I've shared that with
And
you
then in
guys
Photoshop,
many
I took
times. We're not
the
perfect either.
image, the new still
We have
frame
problems
that came out,
too.
it actually has cars parked. You can see it right here.
Okay, so here's where
when you
he's
originally put it in,
showing the
it's dark.
flashlights. Okay,
Like
guys?
that's what it looked like. So this would be where Sebastian would be walking somewhere over there if he did walk by that night. Apparently he does, because that's where the dog scented, but again, scent dogs are not 100% accurate. So
Yeah.
what I did was I rotated this because the camera angle
Have you
is off a
have
little bit.
y'all
Let me just
seen
show you, like,
Jennifer?
I rotated
Yes,
where
I
it
have
was.
seen her
See how that
videos.
looks
She's very upset
odd,
about
where
the
cars are kind of
Uvalde Foundation dropping
going
out. Oh,
vertical,
really?
etc. It's just the way the
Oh,
surveillance
no.
camera is rotated. So I think if you rotate it about like that, where this car is perpendicular to the ground.
Thanks for
and
sharing
then
that,
you
Christy.
Move these lights. Let's say you move these lights like right here over that house, and then let's add some transparency on that.
My screen sucks. I'm
Make it
sorry,
a little
guys.
less than that.
One day I will
So
learn
right
how to
there,
share my computer screen with all of you.
let's say you put it right there. Now look, there's
I'm
this,
just not tech
light
savvy.
up here where the garbage truck was driving. So let's move it. I think it'd be more about like this, right? So there
Yeah,
you go.
I agree,
There's a
Wild
fixed
Man's
light.
mom.
So maybe that's over
It is
here.
baffling,
It
but
also just depends.
it's
like,
baffling, but it's not
surveillance cameras
impossible,
are
right? I mean,
extremely wide
it's
angle
possible.
lenses, and it's actually off
Whoops. What'd I do?
to the left here a little bit, and might be pointed more to the right. So there, it could be filming a different area of the house where that fixed light is. We do know there is one back here, and there's one over here to the right. But again, I can't mimic it perfectly. However, as you can see, right there, there's 2 lights, and then a light up here, and that is the garbage truck. And amazingly, this is the street up here that had the garbage truck on it, but amazingly, if you go down to Street View, you got very lucky because the last Street View on here is February of 2023. And this gives you a very good look of what it looks like and how you can see through the trees and branches.
So that's
and,
probably where the trash truck was.
depending on how
The way
high
that he's
light
figuring
was
this
on
out, which
the
I
garbage
think is
truck. Let's say
amazing.
it was one of those
I give him a lot of
tall
credit
garbage
for
trucks
this
and the
kind
light
of
was on
stuff.
the
This is
top
what
of
he's
it.
good at.
And it was just a constant lighting up the street. It could have been up much higher. But look, you can see down through here.
Oh, wow,
You can see
okay.
homes in the background. And let's see if we can even see Sebastian Rogers' home. Not that it has anything to do with that surveillance camera shot. But somewhere around where this garbage can is. Now, I did actually call
Up top, like
the
I
garbage
said, I'm thinking it was
company
possibly
in the
family
area,
that
Waste
took him
Management
because
Company,
those supposed
and I asked them about
flashlights
the specific address. I
that
said,
was
"What
trash
garbage
trucks may
company
have
would I
been a
use?"
car.
And she
How
said,
he ended up
I gave her an
outside
address to the
still, I
house
don't
that's on
know.
the street. And she said,
If
"Oh,
he
you have to
was
actually
all
call,
in black, like
garbage
she said
companies
first,
that have contract
get
with them
white, not, but
specifically
she
in that
added
area.
white stripes
If
on
you were
jogging
in a little
pants.
different area, you would have one
Yeah,
already
possibly.
assigned, but
It's
right
almost
there you
like
have
since
to,
that's where his
like
scent
a
ended by those trucks, he
incorporated
felt
area or something
comfortable
like
to
that,
go
you
with
have to
whoever he
call
went with, if that is
and,
true
get a contract
at
with a
all, which
garbage
I don't
company.
know. Okay.
And then also I did call this company. I was able
So
to
Gray says that
see
he
that it
calls
was
the
like
trash companies
Green
here, which I
Village,
find this interesting, what he comes up with
Waste
here.
Management for recycling, and I called them, and you know the recycling company does 7. You have to have your recycling products out there by.
When you write,
Ah!
your tone
What I
influences
hit?
how readers respond. With Grammarly, just highlight your text and type how you want to sound. Get your message right
by 7 a.m.
Okay.
and leave it there till 7 p.m.
It was a commercial,
It's likely
sorry.
not a recycling truck that drove by. It was the garbage truck as described. So let's see, we're right there. And that's almost about the angle you would think, because here is the surveillance camera. The 2 lights are on the left in the picture.
Trying to set you guys here,
right?
so
So
I
you
don't.
look at this picture, they're
I
on the left,
shake,
and then
so.
the garbage truck is up here, and then a light on this house. So that means it's got to be in between those homes. So let me show you what I'm talking about. If you look up here, these are the 2 lights, so it would be like that.
Can you guys still see
And
the
here's
screen
light on this
okay?
house. So it would be somewhere in this area, right inside of here. So it even could be, you know, from
People
like
who are
here
mentally.
on,
See.
but it has to be inside of that.
Did I
those
hear
2
him
lights.
correctly? He said that he
It
walked
could be
and
clear back
was
even
seen
to
on
here,
camera.
moving along, and you'd see it.
No, I think he's saying that
down there because there's no leaves
he's talking about the
on the trees
lights.
at this time of year.
Do you want me to rewind it,
So I hope
RJ?
the
RJ?
overlay help you guys see it a little bit better. Obviously, it's not absolutely perfect because you have to be about 30 feet to the left and then down, and then with a wider angle lens.
I can
So
rewind
apparently
it
this
if you
is
want me
pretty
to.
accurate according to Chris Proudfoot. And I have to say, talking to him, he seems like he's really trying to be helpful, giving out specific information. He told me exactly where the dog scent trail was, where the surveillance footage was. He also said that he finally took that lie detector test. Now, we also know that lie detector tests aren't admissible in court, and you can't really, they're not incredibly reliable, but here's what I can tell you. If he had taken the lie detector test and he had failed, social media would have turned it into one of the greatest, oh my God, he's it! That's it, man, look at that, he failed, he's the killer, he's the killer. But when he's found to not to have been deceptive, where he was, he passed the lie detector test, it's going to be, well, those things aren't really accurate. You know, those things are, and so why did you even want him to take it in the first place? Was it just to see if he would take it? Is that the key to it? And when he turned down going on to Nancy Grace's show doing the lie detector test, or just taking it on the side for her, it was a big deal. But in reality, he was told not to take it from them and then took it from the police, and he apparently passed it. I mean, doesn't that tell you something, you guys? I mean,
He's got an interesting point. He's got a good point.
My communication with him, if it turns out someday that he has something to do with it, I will be absolutely shocked. You know, there's a whole bunch of, you know, scenarios that could have happened. I mean,
Oh, that's
maybe
okay.
something happened in the home,
RJ.
and then Katie panicked, and maybe some, you know, he went and helped or something like that.
Hey, Sweetly.
But I just
It's good
don't
to see you.
it, you know, I don't see it right now because I never saw anything from Katie either that was.
Oh, they can?
And,
Sweetly?
you know, I don't see any of the parents having anything to do with the physical removal of Sebastian Rogers. I think he might have left on his own. And just because of the nature of the neighborhood and how dark it is, and if he's just gone the wrong way one time, he is going to be lost. And maybe he got stuck in something and couldn't get out, and people just haven't found him yet.
It's a very
I
good
mean,
point.
best case scenario is that somebody even abducted him.
Okay, so now I want to look at. Okay, so
someday
that's
he'll
Gray
come back.
Hughes,
All right.
and this is where you can find
Anyway,
his channel.
Thank you all very much for watching
Uh,
the video today. I appreciate it.
Gray
If you hit
Hughes
that like
investigates
button,
right here.
Share and
Let
subscribe.
me show you.
I would really appreciate it. And
Right there.
as I always say, until next time, be
And
safe out there.
okay. Now I want to show you Michelle After Dark. because she really had a great video too
Who wants to do
regarding Sebastian. So this is her channel, Michelle After Dark. I really like her as well, guys. She's getting videos removed too. I've had a couple of videos blocked and removed and stuff just taken out. So she talks about the weather that night. I really like her channel. It's relaxing. She shows her dogs like walking around. She's got really cute dogs. So she talks about it being warm outside.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Michelle. I hope you're doing well.
So if my mods could please leave her link, or if anybody can leave her link in the comment section below, I'd really appreciate it. So I don't get in trouble.
Before we get into that, Karen Reid, the Karen Reid trial. Oh dear, yesterday on day 3 of jury selection,
Trying to get it so you guys can see.
To get 2 more jurors, and one that they got from the day
Yeah, she's really mellow.
dropped out due to, I don't know, hardship or something. So they've actually now seated 12 jurors. So they've got a full gamut, but they also want 4 alternates.
Hey, Scooth Harley, it's good to see
No jury
you.
selection today, I believe.
We're just
So
looking
jury
at other
selection, I
YouTubers
believe,
that have a different
will,
perspective
continue on
on Sebastian
Monday.
Rogers
So
going missing.
It's going to be Tuesday at the earliest.
You
for
know,
the trial to
they're
begin,
fact-based
like,
channels.
opening statement. So
I know we're not a fact-based
long
channel. I know that we're a
process
spiritual
because
channel. But I
so
just
many
wanted to
people have
share it with all of
opinions
you
about
because
this.
I think it's
So
important that we
please,
get a
know
different
all
perspective
about
on
it.
crime.
I've already
And look
made
at
up
crime
an
at all
opinion on it,
angles and
so
get,
dear me,
you know, look at everybody else's
take a
opinion.
while. But without further ado, let's get into
Look at that precious
Sebastian Rogers'
face.
case.
That
Now,
precious
one
face
thing
is
that
what
has
gets us
shocked
all,
me,
is Sebastian's
properly shocked
beautiful,
me
cute little face.
when I
Just
went
melts
to
our
actually
hearts.
look at the data, is the temperature on the night that Sebastian allegedly disappeared. It wasn't 20-something degrees, which would be like -2 in Celsius. We do Celsius in the UK. I also want to talk
she's from
about
the
Chris
UK.
Facebook's polygraph, and once again, the cameras. So, let's go. I'd just taken it for granted, complete for granted, not even bothered to go and check for myself.
Sometimes she gets
which is
excited.
crazy, because I always go and
I
check
like
things
if
for myself.
Michelle.
But so many people were saying.
Oh, her birth date is 10/10?
In the minus numbers.
69?
20 odd degrees Fahrenheit the night Sebastian disappeared.
So
why would he go out?
she is
in
either
freezing cold weather
was she a Libra?
without shoes?
She's a Libra too,
I've
like
maintained
Gray
that
Hughes?
Sebastian maybe did have shoes. However, yeah, it was freezing. Except it wasn't. It wasn't.
So we're
you
looking at
guys.
two
Now,
Libras,
I can see where the misinformation has
two
come
content
from,
creators
and I
that
don't
are
think it was
Libras.
intentional misinformation.
So they
It
are all
wasn't
about
AccuWeather,
truth,
which is
justice,
the
and
first
balance.
hit
And
on
they're
Google.
fair.
You will see
They're
that on
equal
the
and they're fair.
25th, the lowest temperature of that day was -2, which is 28.4 degrees Fahrenheit. However,
My last live on my other channel, I said almost the same as
So
Greg.
that would have been the 24th.
Did I felt that
into
he
the
walked
25th.
away, and
On
when
the
he went to go
26th,
back
the
home, he
lowest
had gotten
temperature
confused,
was
and that
13
more
degrees,
confused,
which in Fahrenheit
he landed
is
up farther away.
55.4,
That's so
and that will be
possible. Hey,
starting at
Judy.
midnight on the 26th.
Hi, you're a Libra too?
This is why I
So
stopped
you're about
shopping
truth
on
and justice
Amazon.
as well.
You
That's
should
why
too.
you're into true
Don't
crime,
spend
right?
another dime on Amazon until you watch this first. Watch this.
I'll probably get blocked
So the
from
actual
YouTube for
time
showing these
that Sebastian
commercials.
disappeared, the lowest temperature.
Yes,
was
they are.
actually
Yep.
55.4 degrees.
They're very balance oriented,
according to
and they
AccuWeather.
strive for
Now, I
balance.
found a
Even if
site
they
that
don't
has
have
an
balance in
actual
their
graph
life,
that makes
they
it easier to
strive for it.
understand.
They want
Look at
balance
these
in their
here.
life.
So you've got February 25th, and this is
Even when they like
2024.
decorate or
February
hang things,
25th,
like Missy
and then
from
you've got the 26th,
she's the other
27th,
forensic
so you've got
astrologer.
these, things
She
together.
is
And
a
you can see
Libra
from
as
the
well,
lines,
and if she draws something
the
or if she
24th into the 25th,
like she redid her kitchen, I'm like, oh my god, you can totally tell you're a
And then
Libra
on
because
the
like nothing
25th,
was
the
like everything was
temperature
balanced. It was like perfect.
so the highest
The way that she
temperature
painted
on
her
Monday,
kitchen, it was
25th,
like beautiful. It was
was
spotless, you know. Where I'm like
the
super
minimum,
sloppy.
according to
I'm
this,
all over the
was
place.
57, and you can see the 25th into the 26th, the temperature's actually warm.
Yeah, so see, she's coming up with the temperature being pretty
And
warm.
it was a couple of days after that, I remember this in the news, that everyone was really concerned that Sebastian was still out and the weather had dropped again into the minus numbers. But for the 2 days, 26, including the night, midnight to 6 a.m., all through the 26th and then the 27th, it was warm. It was warm.
You can be sloppy
an
too,
average
Judy.
temperature of 68, that's our like average summertime temperatures. here
Yeah,
in
but
the
our
UK.
Leos
Like
speak
68,
from the
70
heart,
degrees.
RJ. You speak
That's
from the
warm.
heart. You have a
I
heart of a
walk about
lion.
In a t-shirt and 57
Very
degrees,
truthful,
whatever this
speaking from
says,
the
and
heart.
55 degrees for my
But remember, we're
weather.
not just our sun sign.
I'd walk about
We're
without a coat.
all of the
If
signs,
I was
really.
going for a walk, I wouldn't even put like a hoodie on or anything.
We're our sun
I'd
sign,
take
our
the
moon
hoodie and
sign,
take
and
it
our
off
rising
and then
sign.
regret
A mixture of all
bringing
three.
it. So no, absolutely not. Completely debunked. It was warm. That would be why Sebastian went out without a coat, because he was warm. All right, so hopefully that's put that to bed, but I bet it won't, because, you know, people don't share my video.
I'm
People
sharing
don't
your
share my
video.
videos.
I'm sharing it right now,
And
Michelle.
then I've put all this information.
See, and they're
out,
probably not going to
and
be
as
happy
you
that
get new
they're getting
information,
shared on a
I correct
channel
the
like
old
mine.
information
But
to
I just think
please share my videos out, and
we
then
should
people
look
will
at
know, and I don't have to
all
keep saying the
aspects,
same
guys.
thing
That's
over
all I'm
and over
saying.
again. Like I do with the dog track.
I have a lot of
I did
respect for this
a
creator. I
short
have a lot of
video
respect for Gray
yesterday
Hughes.
about this, that Chris Proudfoot had been talking to Gray Hughes and had told Gray Hughes the actual track that the dogs took. So if you remember, 3 dogs actually got a track. Max, the German Shepherd, who was the first responder, and then a bloodhound and a blue tick coonhound, both tracked from Sebastian's house, which is this one, to the construction site. Now, I'd assumed, based on what Chris had said on the phone to Narc Divers, that he'd gone
Thank you,
diagonally
Aggie.
through
Thank
the
you so much,
backyards,
sweetheart.
and
I
then
really
across
appreciate
Helen,
that.
and then through the yards.
Thank you,
And
sweetly.
then onto the
I forget to
construction
tell
site,
everyone
so
that.
basically just cut through.
Yes, hit the
But
like
now I've
button.
cleaned up the audio slightly.
Go
I
check
can
out
only
these
make a
creators.
slight adjustment
Give them a
to it.
like too.
It's clear that
Just
Chris
don't talk
said to
spiritual.
Narc Divers
That's
what
all.
he told Gray
They're
Hughes.
not spirit. They're not spiritual. They're just fact based.
The dog was all the dog comes all the way back up into the yard, and then he cuts that log to the house and doors through the back door. And that's the place to which the dogs take off. And after that, that's where they get over to the neighbor, go up Helen, and head over to the other subdivision. Okay.
So the actual track is diagonally through the next door's backyard, and then onto the
Hey,
road,
Claire.
and then up Kelly.
Question. I don't know my time of birth. Can I still do my birth chart, or will it not be accurate?
If he walked all the way,
Yeah, it
up
won't be.
Helen,
It won't be
why wasn't he
100%
caught
accurate,
on any
honey.
Security cameras. The red crosses, which look a little bit messy.
Let's listen to
I put
Michelle
on
real
this
quick, and
map
then
a few days
I'll tell you
ago
why,
in a video. So
and
check that
I'll tell
out.
you what we can
I went
do.
through the dispatch audio of them going to houses up Kellen and all the cameras that they found, and for each house they were asking the homeowner to check their cameras. So we know there's a whole bunch of cameras, especially on the right hand side.
Now she makes a good point here about the cameras,
So why wasn't
which
he
is why I
caught
kind of wanted
on
to
any
show you guys
security
this.
cameras? I believe it's because these houses are set further away from the road than you think.
See here how far away they are. So she's going to measure it. She measures the distance in the driveway.
Where you can see going up each driveway, you're looking at about like 65, 66 feet.
Nickelodeon was kid everything, but that marked one of the darkest chapters.
These are 3 predators who worked at Nickelodeon.
It made me wonder.
Okay.
56 feet, 48 feet, 55 feet. So
that might be why she makes a really good.
Lights.
Hey, Kiwi. She makes a really good
Sebastian was
point
wearing
here.
black, And
that
it's like 50, 60 feet.
50, 60
away
feet,
from
that these
a
driveways are
doorbell
about
camera.
50 to 60 feet
It's
away
not
from the
going to keep, is
road,
it?
and
But
that
the
might
dog's
be
lost
why
their
we're
scent,
not
and
picking him
apparently
up on any of the
this
Ring
is the
doorbells,
retention
right?
pond. There's
That's a good
retention pond
point.
here now, around here. There's a retention pond there, and then there's a pond here at the cemetery. But actually, the pond that
So you guys are,
Sebastian
neither one of you know
went
the exact
to
time that you were
and
born?
Max dove straight into the water is allegedly around here. So it's
I
a
love all you
police
guys
map.
so much. You guys are so
But
sweet
where
to
did
each other. I
Sebastian
really
go from
appreciate
there?
that. I
Now,
really,
it
I
has
love all of you
confused
guys
why the
looking
dogs
out
got
for one
lost the
another. I
scent
really
there.
appreciate
If
that.
Sebastian went north, which I believe he did, I believe he went this way.
Now we have some lines as well on the astrology charts going right through here, remember?
He's in there
And it
somewhere.
goes, my
That's
lines
my
go right
opinion.
straight up to
That's
Whitehall.
where I would concentrate all future searches until that place, and it's quite a few miles of dense woodland, is thoroughly exhausted. Now I know they've searched that area, I know they've done
There
a
is
5
really
mile
thick
radius. It
woods
doesn't take
around
you
where
all
he
the way to
lives.
White House. My theory is he was heading towards White House School based on something that was said on the dispatch audio. That's just my opinion, that's just my number one theory now at the moment. But why didn't the dogs track him? Why didn't the dogs track him from this retention pond, which will be about here, this way? Now, this is what I think could have happened.
So there's a retention
based on
pond
me
here.
knowing
There's a
dogs
retention pond
and
here. There's
training
a little
dogs
one here,
for
and there's
a
like
long
2
time.
over
I
here.
think Sebastian went to this pond. I don't know if he jumped in. I think Max just may have been exuberant, because what dogs do when a track leads them to water, a good tracker will actually get in the water, and what they do is they taste the water to see if the track's there. You've seen Cassie do it numerous times. She jumps in water and she tastes it. So I think possibly Max did that. But I think Sebastian went from that pond and he went back up here and he retraced his steps. And I don't think the dogs would have discerned, because when you change direction and retrace your steps, dogs get confused for all the reasons that I've talked about in previous videos. So I think he retraced his steps, and then maybe something took his attention, or maybe he thought, oh, school's this way, and I think he went this way, up here. And I think if they'd refocused the dogs and started them to track from here, they wouldn't have known to do this, obviously, at the time, like in the moment. I think they would have got a track if they'd gone this way. And I think maybe he went along this hedgerow here.
Oh, thanks,
Get through
Judy.
there, that's someone's house. And then up there, and then onto Ward Lane. And I think if he was heading towards the school, he thought Ward Lane was this road, which takes you to White House. So I think he followed this road round to its end, and then was already then probably lost. Or maybe he tried to come home.
I mean, this
so he
is
went
just
way.
such
I'm
dense
reminded
forest.
of the case
It's
of
dense.
Bryn Hargreaves. Who's Bryn Hargreaves? Well, Bryn Hargreaves was actually born in my neck of the woods, and he was a former rugby league player. But he met a woman from West Virginia, and he emigrated to the United States. His wife and he split up. He became depressed, and then just one day he disappeared. He'd left his shower running. He had not locked his door. Very strange. And for 14 months, search parties had looked
Hey,
for
Juniper,
him
I have to
all
tell
over
you
the
about
place.
a tarot
I mean,
reader
literally
whose channel
all
is
over the place.
1111,
They'd had
believes
everything.
Sebastian
They'd had
is
loads
alive,
of
and
searches.
someone
They had
has
loads
him.
of dogs.
She called TBI yesterday,
it
told
was
her
just
story.
crazy, the amount
They told
of
her to
work that
contact
was put
Seth
in
and the
to
private
searching
investigator.
for Bryn.
Oh, wow, okay.
His family, who lived in the UK,
I'd pull her up, but I've already
and nobody
like typed
could find him.
in my description
He was
these two
found
creators'
after
information,
a
but we can look
bunch
at
of
her
extensive
reading on another
searches.
day.
Where was he found? He was found about 300 yards.
And this is a healthy man, right? This was a grown man that was only found a couple of hundred yards away from his home. And he is strong, healthy. He wasn't autistic. And what happened was, as I believe, they searched all these areas, could not find him. They just kept missing him.
His dog searches. And Bryn was found, I can't remember now, I think he was found in here.
So it was really close by, you know? I mean, he was really close by. And this is a perfectly healthy, I mean, he wasn't mentally healthy because I think he was depressed. But, you know, he walked out of his house. He was only a couple hundred yards away from his house, and they searched for him for a long time. He was just a couple hundred yards away, found in like a ditch.
But no, for whatever reason, he'd gone for a walk, maybe, and his body had.
It was very sad, but you know, it makes sense. It might be why our spirit box sessions keep saying they keep missing him, like.
And
they keep saying that, you know, they just missed him. They keep missing him. Makes me think maybe he is close by.
I don't know. I don't remember.
I mean, some of our astrology charts are 2.6, 2.8 miles away. That's not really that far.
300 yards away from his house. So in Sebastian's case,
it could be 260 yards away, 280 yards away from Sebastian's house.
So
2.6 miles, 26 miles, it goes out.
It's nowhere near like the hilliness of.
But this is just such dense forest, guys, which I noticed that as well.
There's like holes, like in the rocks.
Thick forest.
That's wild way. And I know the vast majority of you don't agree. Now, there's been a little bit.
So, I mean, she's aware that she's going against the grain.
Chris Proudfoot,
but you know, I just still have a lot of respect for these creators, and even though I personally have my own opinions about the parents, I still want to show you guys everyone's side, okay, and get everyone's opinions.
Didn't want him to do it, and then allegedly he's done a polygraph with the TBI now, and he's passed. So people are saying polygraphs aren't accurate. Polygraphs aren't accurate. But when
they found another body in Pearl Lake, Sweetly.
Then you say, see, failed the polygraph.
She took it down?
How accurate a polygraph?
Who, Michelle took the video down? Or the 1111?
This is...
she's known as 1111 True Crime. I'll check her out, for sure, guys. You guys like her a lot? I'll check her out. I love watching tarot readings.
They're going to say that they're accurate, aren't they? But
so she looks up, you know... This is interesting about
much of the time when someone's
lie detectors test. So
100% accurate. That's why it's not admissible in court. In the UK, they don't tend to use them as an interrogation tool.
87% out of 100.
The last few years, though, the probation service has been using polygraphs with sex offenders.
Well, that's okay, Kristen. It's good to see you, sweetheart. How are you?
Prison if you fail one. The American Polygraph Association is the world's
Actually, I do play Roblox with my daughter.
It's an organization whose members are
I play Roblox. I like the fishing game. The fishing game is my favorite.
The accuracy of the polygraph to be 87%.
But I'm not very good at it, so you probably wouldn't want to subscribe to me because I suck at Roblox. But I really love that game.
Pretty impressive, but
I'm going to let my dog out real quick. You guys can... Watch what she says about the lie detector test. It's interesting.
Unbiased evaluation of the polygraph. So they tasked the National Academy of Sciences with a full investigation of the polygraph's accuracy. 2003, this large team of notable scientists came to the conclusion that the polygraph was far less accurate than the polygraph examiners had claimed. Yeah. Some scientists have claimed the accuracy to be closer to 75%. By chance, it's 50%. So, yeah. So that's the reason why they're not used as evidence in court. The American Psychological Association has had things to say about lie detectors. This goes into a little bit more detail. I'll put all these links in the description box.
So the fun thing with the serpent is, how does a serpent talk? And not only that, but why is the serpent's punishment to crawl on its belly when that's what it does? If you don't know how to read biblical poetry, if you don't know the formal qualities of parallelism and expansion, you are missing out on 1/3 of the Hebrew Bible. whatever theological background you have, you're going to have your own hypothesis, that is to say, your own plot and narrative. What the literary reading allows you to do is to find new details that work within that overall plot or narrative. Now the question becomes, what's the way in which the specific details and the particularities kind of show us the subtlety and the nuance to really bring to the fore these theological insights that are so important to our traditions?
The book of Genesis, which is the first book in the Bible, is profound, serious, and mysterious. Did all this start somewhere? And
Okay.
so where?
Did I
And if
miss?
there actually was
But the accuracy
Sorry about the
and
commercial,
validity
guys.
of the polygraph testing has long been controversial. An underlying problem is theoretical. There's no
I
evidence
feel
that any pattern
like
of physiological
they've
reaction
heard
is
that
unique
too,
to
maybe
deception.
once, but the
An honest
name does
person
sound
may be
familiar
nervous when answering truthfully,
to me.
and a dishonest person may be non-anxious. Also, there are a few good studies that validate the ability of polygraph procedures to detect
All right.
detectors.
Also, have you
Dr.
heard
Sachs
of
and
this
Israeli
really
psychologist
weird case of
Gershon
the girl
Ben
named
Shahar in
Johanna
1999
Lopez?
note, it may, in
She's
fact,
been
be
referred
impossible
to as
conduct
a
proper
missing
validity
woman
study in
who
real
may
world
not
situations.
exist.
It's
Interesting.
very difficult to know what the truth is. Particular problem is that polygraph research has not separated placebo-like
Thank you
effects
for
or the
liking and
subject's
subscribing. I
belief in the
appreciate
efficacy of the
it. Thank
procedure from the
you.
actual relationship between deception and their physiological responses. One reason that polygraph tests may appear to be accurate is that subjects who believe that the test works and that they can be detected may confess or may be very anxious.
That's
when
true,
questioned.
because
You see,
it's like a
that's how it
bargaining
works
tool,
from an
because if they fail the lie
investigative tool.
detector test,
That if
it's kind of
you're
like a
really
placebo
nervous and
effect,
you
right?
believe that the
It's a
lie
bargaining
detector
chip
works
to get them to
and you
confess.
fail,
She said
well,
she just typed in,
probably
think of
guilty.
Chris Watts,
If this
right?
view is correct, the lie detector may be better called a fear detector. Evidence indicates that strategies used to beat polygraph examinations, the so-called countermeasures, may be effective, including simple physical movements, psychological interventions.
Yeah,
like
you're right,
manipulating
Ashley.
the belief about the test, and the use of pharmacological agents that alter
Yeah, there's so
arousal
much going
patterns.
on.
It's all
Chad,
a bit up in the air, but I think it's a
Chad
very
Daybell's
safe
case
bet
is
to
going on.
continue not to make these things admissible in court. If Chris Proudfoot passed, well, I bet the TBI know exactly where he was anyway, and probably just administered
Yeah,
the polygraph to
I do
maybe
that too,
appease him.
Kristen.
If he passed, well, you've got a 75 to 87% chance that that result was accurate. I don't take much stock in it though. Look,
I love
Tyler
watching her
Vaughan,
dogs in the
Michael
field.
Vaughan
It's so
failed
peaceful
his
to me.
polygraph
It's like,
twice,
I
and
love
he
her
was really
aesthetic,
nervous, and
you
he
know,
felt
for her
guilty
channel.
because
It's just really
Michael
relaxing.
disappeared on his watch. He just felt really bad, really guilty. And that's why I think he failed twice. Seth Rogers took Nancy Grace's polygraph. Now, we've heard the
There's
rumours
also
talked about
something
them
about
the other
the
day,
Asha
that
degree
someone
case
allegedly
that
who is an
has
intern on
had
the
people
show
confused.
said
They
that he
found
failed
a
his
photo
mother
of an
and
unknown
Nancy was
girl,
human.
and they think that
Also,
Asha had the
Kennedy
photo
said no, that it was
in her own
inconclusive.
possession.
Seth himself allegedly said that he fell asleep during the polygraph. Now, that could be due to his sheer exhaustion. It could be due to the medication he's on.
That's okay, Wild Man's mom. We talk about this kind of stuff here. We talk about everything.
Seth looked in any way drowsy. That poly should have been stopped because.
Yeah, I agree with that. If Seth was falling asleep during the polygraph test, they should have nipped it in the bud right then and there. He should have been told to come back on another day.
All of that is true. My personal opinion is none of the parents have anything to do with Sebastian's disappearance. Not directly, anyway, but that's just my opinion. All right, guys, let me know what you think about all of this in the comments, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye, folks.
All right, so I wanted to share that with all of you guys. Like I said, these are two creators that I have a lot of respect for. You know, I know they're not spiritual. I know that they don't do tarot cards and look in crystal balls, and they don't chase ghosts in the attic, and they don't, you know, search for the things that go bump in the night like I do. But I just really wanted to share it with you and expose you to a different perspective. That's all. That's all I want to do. I think it's important that we look at all aspects of crime. Now, to ask the question, Juniper, I was hitting on Sanders Ferry Park. Can you see if it falls in the chart? Let's look at it. Let's look at Sebastian Rogers' chart again. Hopefully my laptop saved it. Give me 1 second. Uh-oh. I think it deleted his whole chart. Crap. I might have to redo his whole chart again. Hopefully not. Let me see. Yeah, it deleted some parts of his chart. It does that to me sometimes. Dang it. Yeah, I got to redo my bubbles. Yeah. I got to redo his chart, guys. His maps. Unfortunately, it deleted it. You said Ferry Park, Aggie? Sanders Ferry Park. Let's see if we can find it. Do you know if it's near the main water place, Aggie? See how Michelle After Dark kept mentioning White House? Well, the lines go right up to White House. I find that kind of interesting. But it took my mile markers away. I'm going to have to redo my mile markers. And I can't remember what time this chart was for. I think this was remember, we've done a map for the 911 call. We've done a map for 3:10 a.m. when we thought there were flashlights, but they weren't flashlights. And then I did a map for midnight on the 25th. I think this is the map for midnight on the 25th. So I think we have, I just can't remember what time. What time the map is for. So I'm going to have to redo it and look at it again. So you're saying Ferry, what's the name of it again? Aggie, Ferry. The girl has not been identified either. Let's see. Sorry, I'm behind in chat. 1 second, guys. Though some people think that it looks like it was taken in the late 1970s, early 1980s, and the girl is wearing nail polish. Yeah. Yeah, Kristen, I would like Kristen to talk to all of us one day about what she knows about Hope, little Hope. There's another subscriber that we have named Gemini, Gemini No Lie or something like that. She's the one that asked me to look at Hope. Kristen knows a lot about Hope, the little girl from St. Louis that was decapitated, and she's been yet to be identified. She had a lot of information regarding Hope. So one day we'll do a video on Hope again, and we will do another reading on her and try to look at the astrology on her. You're gonna be 27. Oh, you're so young. I'm almost 50. Although I just turned 37 on the 3rd, and I still laugh. No shame. Don't ever stop laughing, guys. Right, Aggie? Tell them to always find joy in everything. Okay, Sanders Ferry Park in Tennessee. Let's see what it says here. Sanders, whoops. Sanders Ferry Park. Is it in Hendersonville? Let's see if we get anything. No, it's not taking me anywhere. Let me see. And off camera, I'll do the pedophile that lives near Sebastian. But I don't want to do that on camera or reveal his face or anything like that because, you know, I just want to protect people's identity. I know he's a registered sex offender, but I don't want to blow him up here on YouTube. Susie Q asked me to type in an address for her, and I was breaking down people's astrology charts the other night when she texted me. I completely forgot. So I'm going to do that for her as well. Where is this Sanders Ferry Park? Is it in Hendersonville, Aggie? I really appreciate Brooke and Aggie. They're my mods, and Sam and Susie Q. They're very spiritual. They have their own gifts that they bring to our channel. I really respect their opinions, and I'm happy that they're helping me, So Sanders Ferry Park. I don't think it's in Hendersonville because nothing's coming up for Hendersonville. Let me just see if it says, if I just put in Tennessee, if it finds anything. It's still not coming up with anything. Southeast. Is it in Glatton or in Glatton where his glasses were found? Is it over near that area? No? Okay. Am I spelling Sanders right? S-A-N-D-E-R, S-A-N-D-E-R-S, Ferry, F-E-R-R-Y, Park. Am I spelling that right, Aggie? It's not coming up. June, have you ever covered the Madeleine McCann case? I think that the parents were extremely irresponsible and foolish. Yeah, I do think that they were very irresponsible as well. I will never get over that they left them in that hotel room. I would recommend watching Kirsty McIntosh. She has done an amazing breakdown of the astrology for that case. For Madeleine McCann, it's part of her older videos. You just have to go back, but she did do Madeleine McCann, and did a breakdown. She did a map just like this one, so I would check it out. Hold on, Aggie. I'm gonna look on Google Maps real quick. Give me 1 second. I'm gonna go to Google Maps and see if my cell phone to see if I can find it. Give me 1 second, guys. Sanders Ferry Park. Ferry Park. Tennessee. Sanders Ferry Park. Okay, it is in It's in Hendersonville, it says. It's on the edge. Oh my gosh, it goes right through our moon line, Aggie. Did you know that? It's near our moon line. And it's connected to Drake's Creek, which Drake's Creek has been on my mind. The Red Creek as well. There's a few creeks that the astrology kind of, you know. So I believe this ferry park is down where our moon line goes, Aggie. So it's very possible, sweetheart. That's all I'm going to say. Very possible. How come you're thinking about it? Is it just on your... Aggie's very spiritual. I would say I would consider her very gifted. So when she tells me a location, I'm always looking for Aggie. But it looks like it goes through like right where our moon line is, hun. Almost like it's not an island. There's a swimming cove there. There's a ferry boat ramp, and it's like all through here. It looks like. It's near Hunter's Hill. Let's see if I can get you guys close to it. It would be near here. It's definitely on our DNA line, and it's definitely on our moon line, Aggie. Okay? Daisy, can you come here? See, there's a lot of these little islands out here, too. Interesting. Our moon line goes right through that. So it says that there's like a cove, and then that's where the ferry park is. Hold on, Aggie. Give me 1 second. Hidden Lake Road. Let's see. It's right off the Cumberland River. Cherry Branch Road. Harbor Cove. Willow Barrow Lane. Daisy, can you lay down, honey, please? Let's see. Kristen, you're funny. There are also campgrounds just to the east of that inlet from the river. Okay. What is up lately with these parents or so-called parents? I know, Ashley. I know. By the way, off topic, but the reason my last name may seem weird is because it's Finnish. Finnish is not actually an Indo-European language, but Uralic or Finno are Uric. Random fact. Well, my maiden name is very Irish. I'm very Irish. Oh, you called TBI? You did, Aggie? Ray. Oh, well, we believe in fairy tales here a little bit, Ray Forrest. Thanks much, Wild Man. Really appreciate it. June, have you ever covered the... Okay, I'm just catching up on chat, guys. Sorry. Sebastian keeps showing you a picnic and a boat. Like a picnic area, you mean, Aggie? So it's off of like Bell Road here. This is that a dam or a bridge? I don't know if you guys can see that. Stones River. There's a lot of rivers that meet into the, into this river. So I think we're about down in here where Aggie is talking about. I mean, it's close, Aggie. It's really close, sweetie. It's really close to, it's in between this pie here. I don't know if you guys can see the pie here. This is the DNA line, and this is the moon line. So where Aggie's talking about it, it's in between these lines. Bell Road. I just don't know why it's not showing up on ours. I had no idea there were so many little lakes in here. All these little, I mean, not lakes, I mean islands. There's so many little islands. Hickory. It goes through like Hickory Lake, through all that as well. So, yeah. All right, guys, I'm going to head off. My husband wants to turn on the news and stuff. So, all right. So we will do another reading on hope soon. Okay. Kristen, I haven't forgotten about you. I'm just not sure if I want to do another spirit box on hope, because the last time it was really creepy and something really nasty got in, and it took me like 2 weeks to get rid of it. But we will talk more. I'm Diddy. I'm a savage. I get what I want. All you people with that star own this country. Yeah, maybe we should do a reading on P. Diddy. Did he or didn't he, right? P. Diddy. Did he or didn't he? What do you guys think? Is P. Diddy guilty or is P. Diddy innocent? What do you think? Okay, my husband's getting annoyed. I gotta go. He's like, okay, say goodbye. He wants to watch the news. Okay. All right. Bye, everyone. I love you all. Thank you for being so good to each other and kind to each other and taking care of one another on here. I really, really appreciate it. Bye, everyone. I love you all. Take care. Take care of each other. Bye-bye.